So Steelers beat the Ravens 26-24. Well, you can blame Tyler Loop, the rookie kicker out of Arizona, for missing the field goal. Well, you can blame the Ravens defense for not being able to stop Aaron Rodgers in the end there. Listen, before I talk about this game briefly, I don't want people to go on social media and attack Tyler Loop and his family and his fiance or his wife or any of his close family members because they lost that game. It's sports. At the end of the day, they're human beings. So before you guys attack this guy on social media, just realize at the end of the day that we're all human beings. People make mistakes, right? But for people to attack him for the things that they were saying was absurd. And I don't even want to repeat some of the things. I don't even really want to spend a lot of time on it. The only really a couple things I want to talk about from this game were the Ravens should have won this game. I thought when they were up 10-3, they were going to win this game. Of course, Rodgers didn't have Metcalf, but it was just it lived up to everything and more. Derrick Henry had another great day on the ground. Lamar Jackson did everything he could. He showed MVP flashes when it mattered most. I mean, he had the one throw to Zay Flowers, of course, in the end. He had the great throw to Isaiah Likely on 4th down. Of course, Boswell missed the extra point. Baltimore, they had them, but Loop's field goal missed it. It sucks. It really does. I feel for Ravens fans. I really do. But 2 things I'll say right now. The Baltimore Ravens, it is officially time. We've been talking about this all season. A friend of mine, Aaron, and just aside from all that, I've been talking to people about this. The Baltimore Ravens need to move on from John Harbaugh. It is time. The last Super Bowl they won is 2012. This roster is way too talented for them to keep putting out this. You lost to the Buffalo Bills in the divisional last year. You didn't make the playoffs this year. I know they were banged up. Lamar Jackson missed some time, but it's just you can't figure out the whole Derrick Henry situation. And it's just the Ravens offense is so predictable. It's like they're going to run the ball 30 times down your throat with Derrick Henry. But you know what? And they were potentially telling me that, the Ravens will trade Lamar Jackson. If the Ravens trade Lamar Jackson, they're one of the dumbest franchises in all of sports. He's the only reason why that you guys are relevant since Joe Flacco has left and the 2 MVPs that he's had. And people can say, well, Lamar Jackson chokes in the playoffs. John Harbaugh needs to go. It is officially time. The Patriots did it with Belichick. Of course, maybe it's a different situation. Other teams have moved on from coaches in the past. It's not a bad thing. Sometimes fresh blood, a fresh start for this type of team is good because there's a lot of talent on this team. There's a lot of pieces. They've got a lot of good young talent on that team. And if they trade Lamar Jackson, they're one of the dumbest franchises. And they're not going to trade Lamar Jackson. You need to make a decision, pick a choice, either Lamar or Harbaugh. And I can tell you right now, they're not going to be getting rid of Lamar Jackson. But then again, I also see in another world that their GM and their front office, they love John Harbaugh and they don't like change, just like the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Steelers, of course, skimp by and they made the wild card and they made the playoffs for a second consecutive year. Of course, they lost to the Patriots. They lost to the Ravens last year in the wild card, but it's time. There's way too much talent on this Ravens team. You got to pick one or the other, and you can't choose Harbaugh over Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry had 126 rushing yards. Something's got to change with this Ravens team. Really, I mean, it's crazy to think about. I mean, this was an awesome game. The Ravens were, battling to get in. Of course, they beat the Packers, and then they're battling for the title, the Steelers. But I don't have any faith in the Steelers. We'll talk about that as well. But yeah. The rumors have surfaced about the friction between Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson. We've seen that as well, raising questions about the relationship at the top of the team. With Lamar still a star and talent on the roster, can Harbaugh get past tough playoff teams, or is a shakeup needed for a new push next season? I think, honestly, at this point, like I just said, you move on from Harbaugh. You wash your hands and say, hey, John, thank you for everything you did for this organization. I'm sure other teams would be calling him right away, just like the same situation if Mike Tomlin were to leave Pittsburgh. Teams would be on the phone right away. But hey, sometimes a fresh start is not a bad thing. It is never a bad thing. The Patriots did it with Bill Belichick. I think that was time at that point. Of course, then they went and hired Mayo. But it's never a bad thing. It really isn't, especially when you have a quarterback that talented on that caliber like Lamar Jackson. So it's a tough spot. Harbaugh's earned his loyalty, back-to-back playoff disappointments and another missed division title. Yes, a year where Burrow was banged up. The Steelers had Rodgers. Metcalf was out the last 2 games. Steelers, had injuries. Their defense was shaky at times this year. And of course, Lamar got hurt earlier this season with the hamstring. And, I think if Lamar Jackson was fully healthy, the Ravens would be in the playoffs. And I think if Lamar Jackson was healthy, they'd be in the playoffs. And I think if he was fully healthy, they would have won the division. At one point earlier this season, he was the MVP. So Lamar Jackson is a special talent, really. I mean, it's just crazy to think about.